The opening game of the boys basketball sectional is TV3's Game of the Week. The Spartans of Connersville High School, the Cougars of Greenfield Central High meet in the Game of the Week on TV3. Welcome to the Tiernan Center and the opening game of the boys 2018 basketball sectional and state tournament. The Tiernan Center is the gymnasium on the campus of Richmond High School. It has a seating capacity of 8,100. Hi everybody, with Ron Wiley. This is Fran Schommel, and we are minutes away from the beginning of the game between the CHS Spartans and Greenfield Central Cougars. Thanks for joining us on TV3. Ron, the regular season is over. Season number 2 about to get underway.
Yeah, this is when everything counts. Nothing is to be left on that floor when these kids walk out of here. It's win or go home.
That's right. The big difference in seasons is
that's right.
The regular season you lose and there is a tomorrow, but there is no tomorrow if you lose in the sectional.
That's right. Again, these kids, Fran, we've talked about it from day one against Union County back in November. These guys have a target on their back. They are the hunted. They are the two-time defending sectional champions. This is now here on Richmond's home floor. They got the Red Devils coming up possibly if they get past Greenfield Central. So again, this is a big game for the Spartans. They want to three-peat to be sectional champions.
The Spartans are the defending sectional champions, winning in both 2016 and 2017, and coming to this game with a 20-win, 4-loss record. Greenfield Central's record is 7 wins and 15 losses. The Spartans and Cougars during the regular season played at Spartan Bowl on December the 19th. It was a Spartan win, final score 40-25. We had just moments ago an opportunity to catch up with head coach Kerry Brown of the Spartans. Here are his comments about tonight's game. Coach, welcome to Tiernan Center and the opening of the state tournament. Sectional game 1. Spartans are taking on Greenfield Central.
Yeah, it's a great time of year for players, fans, coaches. You know, this is what we've been in the gym in season since November, and our summers. This is what it's all about. So hopefully we'll come out and put forth a great effort and continue the Spartan way and survive and be playing Friday night.
This is the second season, and in the first season you can win, there's a tomorrow, but second season you don't win and there is no tomorrow. Yeah,
this is it. There's a little bit of finality to tonight if you don't win in advance, and it doesn't make any difference whether it looks good or it looks bad. All you want to do is survive and advance to the next round.
Greenfield Central, you're playing them for the second time. I think they're a better team than they were earlier. What do you think?
Well, if you remember right, it was 15-13 at halftime of that game. They had us down 2. We come out and played a really good third quarter to take control of the game. They can beat anybody in this field. I really believe that any team in this sectional can beat any other team on a given night. So as coaches, we're not overlooking them. As players, we're not overlooking them. I know we're the favorite on paper, but we're not looking past anybody.
The kid's okay, healthy and everything?
Yeah, we have no injury, illness problems right now. Knock on wood, we'll get through tonight okay, and we're in as good a shape as we've been.
I suppose you'll play man-to-man defense.
Yeah, we're going to try. That's normally what we do, and we may tweak it a little bit and you know, try to make some adjustments, but it'll be some type of a man-to-man defense.
Coach, congratulations on the conference title. Your guys had a 6-1 record, and that led all the other teams.
Thank you. You know, we've won the conference now 4 years in a row. We've won the sectional back-to-back years. We've had 3 21 seasons in a row. I mean, our kids have done a lot of really good things, the current ones, and some of this has been set up, I think, by the kids that preceded them as well, laying some of the groundwork.
Coach, best of luck tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Coach Brown, let's have the starting lineup for tonight's game.
Yes, for the Greenfield Central Cougars, they are led by William O'Connor. He's a 6'6 senior. He's number 3 at one of the guard positions. Surprisingly, they have him down as a guard. Matthew Turner's a 6-foot sophomore. He's number 14. He's at one of the guard positions. Brandon Mundane is a 6-foot sophomore. He's number 20. And rounding out their 4-guard lineup, Fran, is Logan Grady. He's a 6'1 sophomore, number 21. And their center is Brian Long. He's a 6'8 senior, number 23 for Greensburg Central. And for the Connersville Spartans, they are led by all-world Garrett Silcott. He's a 6'1" senior. Number 12, Braxton Reveley, he's a 5'8" senior. Number 14, Dalton Lee's a 6' senior. He's number 22 at one of the forward positions. Noah Belt is rounding out the trifecta of guards for the Spartans. He's a 6' junior, number 30. And Wes Smith is rounding out the lineup for the Spartans. He's a 6'2" senior, number 32 for the Spartans.
Spartans will be taking on a 6'8" senior.
Yeah, you know, we've taken on him before earlier in the season, and we handled him pretty well. But again, you know, we've improved. You got to think they have improved as well coming into sectional play. Again, I wouldn't want to be playing us because we have gelled at the right time. The offense that seemed to be stagnant when we played them back in December has really caught fire here this past month.
And playing in its last game, regular season game at Plainfield, Greenfield lost in overtime 86-79, so they know how to put the points in the basket.
They do. They know how to put the points in the basket. But again, as we've said all season long, that team has not come up against this defense.
Well, that's true. That's true. And in another ball game, they went into 4 overtimes, Ron.
Wow.
It was at Mount Vernon. They lost 96-91.
Yeah, well, Mount Vernon, every time you go to their house, I guess every team goes to 4 overtimes. We did last year. Again, they know how to push teams to the limit.
Yes.
They're not going to leave anything out on the floor either. They know it's a win and continue, lose and go home. They don't want to go home either. They want to upset these Spartans to end their 2-year sectional reign, but the Spartans, they want to continue. Again, being a Spartan fan, I'm rooting for the Spartans, but again, we have to play this game for anything to continue.
In their final regular season game, the Spartans won over Northeastern 34-22 in a real slowdown event, but the Spartans finally prevailed and came out on top.
Yeah, you know, they played their type of ball. I mean, giving up 22 points in a game, I mean, that's just unbelievable. That's just how good their defense is. And Garrett Silcott on a slam got his 1,000th point. He joined I believe, 6 or 7 other players. He may be the 7th Spartan.
He's number 8 in
so
the list.
He's the 8th Spartan. He could pass up his buddy Grant Smith in this sectional if they continue. He's only 30-something points behind him. And so, you know, Garrett, again, hate to see this kid leave. Want to see him continue on playing. He's been a joy these 4 years to watch.
Greenfield averages scoring 54.3 points a game, even though they had those 2 high points that we talked about. And they allow their opponents an average of 55.1 points a game, so it's pretty close. They probably should have a better record than what they have, Ron.
Yeah, they play some tough teams. Their record is somewhat deceptive. Again, you know, we have to play the ball game. Everything on paper is definitely our advantage on paper, but we have to play this game. And Greenfield Central, they have nothing to lose. And when you play a team, Fran, that has nothing to lose, they're very dangerous.
Yes. The Spartans average 50.8 points a game, and their defensive average is 39.4. By the way, the defensive average is the best in Class 4A and 5th best in the state of Indiana, and there are 401 boys and high school basketball teams in Indiana this season.
We have seen some very good defensive teams out of Kerry Brown in his 9 years. And a couple of years ago, I thought when they won the sectional that first year, I thought that was the best defensive team that we probably would ever see from the Spartans. But this team surprised me. They have just excelled defensively. They have won the majority of our ball games. But right now, again, our offense is starting to gel at the right time. Very dangerous.
Defense wins games, though.
It does win ball games, and it has for us. It's kept us in our ball games. But here lately, you know, I've said it over the years, and I've said it many, many times. You know, we have to reward our defense with our offense, and here lately, our offense is rewarding our good defensive play by outstanding offensive play. Unselfishness from these Spartans. These Spartans are unselfish. You know, Kerry Brown has his fingerprints all over this team.
It's going to be a great evening. I know Connersville fans that have shown up here. Greenfield's
not too many.
No, I was going to say it's they haven't gotten here yet. They better hurry.
Yeah, that's right.
We are minutes away from this ball game getting underway.
It's kind of deceptive as you see the camera view there. That's Greenfield Central section. If you see ours, we have 5-6 times more than there. I mean, we're almost filled.
Yeah, a lot of empty seats in the Greenfield section for sure. But
yeah, this place,
maybe some more fans will show up. Hopefully, because I know. Like the Spartans, their team really appreciates the fans that show up to watch them play.
Oh, they do, and it's the faithful. I've said it for years. It's the faithful. It's the Connersville faithful, and our boys feed off of that. And And you got to love the support from the faithful. Driving up here, Fran, I was behind a caravan of Spartan fans, and thankfully they drive like maniacs, and I got up here in a relatively different fast time. But I tell you, it's just great to see this support, to see the Sea of Red here and on the enemy's court, Richmond.
I know Brent Duncan brought 1,000 tickets to Connersville from Richmond, and when they had the meeting earlier, they 4 schools get together and plan will be 6 in this case. 6 schools get together, and the tickets were distributed to the athletic directors, and he took 1,000 tickets. He said that was more than any other schools.
And he probably needed more.
Well, there are more people than 1,000 here tonight for Connersville, so a lot of folks wait and got their ticket probably when they came to the game here this evening. There are 7 teams, 7 common opponents for Greenfield and Connersville: New Palestine, Mount Vernon, Newcastle, Shelbyville, Pendleton Heights, Franklin County, and Rushville. Greenfield won one of those ball games. They won over Franklin County 63-49. The Spartans won 6 of the 7. They lost to Streaker 33-30. They lost that ball game at Pendleton Heights. So right now you can compare those 2 ball teams as to how they fared against the same opponent.
Yeah, and we had a lot of question marks coming into this season. They've been answered, but now all those questions are out the window. We got new questions. Can we three-peat?
Connersville, of course, won the Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference with a 6-1 record, and as we talked with Coach Brown about it, it is a 4th time that these fellows from Connersville were able to win this Eastern Indiana Athletic Conference. A tough conference run.
It's a very tough conference. I mean, Greensburg was, when we got into the conference, Greensburg had won a couple state titles.
Yes, so Right. Right now we're going to pause here for the playing of the national anthem from the Tiernan Center as we near tip-off for the sectional game between Greenfield and the Connersville Spartans. Team wearing their white uniforms. Greenfield Central is the visiting team in their road blues, gold trim. Those are the colors of the Greenfield Central School, blue and gold. Now they're getting ready to announce the starting lineups again, and for the Greenfield Central team, William O'Connor, as Ron said, he'll be wearing number 3, and he averages 16 points a game. He's the leading point maker.
Got to stop that guy.
6'6" senior. Matthew Turner, number 14, has an 11.8 per game average. He's 6'2". Number 20, Braden Mundell, is a 6-foot sophomore. He's not in their top scoring range. Logan Grady, number 21, a 6'1" sophomore, has 6.6 per game average. And their other starter is Brian Long. He's a 6'8" senior. His average is 9.6 points a game. For the Spartans, Garrett Silcott averages 15.8 points a game. Garrett is the leading scorer for the Spartans, a 6'1" senior with number 12. Braxton Reveille, number 14. He is a 3.1 per game score, senior at 5'9". Dalton Lee, a 6-foot senior, number 22, averages 5 points a game. Noah Belt, number 30, a 6'1 junior, averages 10.4 points a game. Wes Smith, the other starter, number 32, 4.3 points a game average for Wes. He's 6'2 and a senior. Connersville averages 48% in their field goal shooting and 71% from the free throw line, while Greenfield has a 55% field goal shooting average, and they average only 61 points. 61 percentage is their free throw percentage. Lineups have been announced. We are ready for the tip-off of tonight's game from the Tiernan Center in Rushville. Richmond. In Richmond, I moved it for him. In Richmond, here on the campus of Richmond High School. Number 23, of course, he's only 6'8". He'll be jumping center against Wes Smith, a 6'2" for the Spartans.
I tell you what, Wes thinks he's 7'8". I mean, the guy jumps like he's 7'8".
That's true.
So yeah.
That's very, very true.
And I think he's only lost one jump since we've covered this year.
I think you're right. Yes. Okay, here we go.
Well, if that guy's 6'8", I mean, yeah, I guess he is a lot more taller than Wes.
Yeah, I think so. There's a tip, and it is controlled by Greenfield Central in backcourt. Number 20, their guard, Brian Mundell, moves it across the timeline. They set up the play. Spartans in their patented man-to-man defense.
A very good man-to-man defense. Matter of fact, the best in the state man-to-man defense.
Work the ball along the baseline. Number 23 finally gets a shot away. Shoots, reaches out over a couple of Spartans and puts it in.
That's how they needed to start, Fran. They needed to get inside and pound inside. That's what you want to do with that guy.
Dalton Lee is the ball handler, drives down.
Oh, he goes in.
Fouled as he drives in for a shot.
Dalton Lee, of course, we've talked about it before. That guy leads the state head fakes, and he did that. Went inside, got the guy to go up, and just drove to the basket. Did not hesitate at all. Drew the foul, got the bucket. Now he's going for three.
Free throw for Dalton Lee. Fires away, and
beautiful.
It's good, and the Spartans up by a point. So both teams are unsuccessful in their first
getting inside
possession.
Yeah, and they were getting inside, and that's exactly what you want to do. Yeah, of course, you don't expect someone like Dalton to get inside, but I
was going to say he doesn't often drive. I mean,
but when he gets that opportunity, he has the speed. I mean, he sees it. You just need to give him a little bit of an opening because he has the speed to get inside.
Greenfield Central on the attack, driving along the baseline, and a turnover by Greenfield Central. A bad pass. First turnover of the ball game. Committed by the Cougars, out of bounds, Connersville.
Very good defense there from Braxton. Of course, he's given up, always gives up height, but the guy again plays much taller than what he is. Forced that turnover. That's why we're number one in the state.
Rebely brings it up court, gives to Silcott. Out to Dalton Lee. Takes the shot, works to Wes Smith in the corner. Here's Noah Bell with an open shot, a little bit short off the front rim, and the rebound taken by Greenfield Central's Long.
Yeah, just not a good shot from Noah. Nobody really into the basket to get the board. Ooh, nice steal from Dalton. Very good.
Dalton Lee. Second turnover of the ball game by Greenfield Central.
Just the quickness there from Dalton paid off on that one right there, Fran.
Wes Smith. Here's Lee with the ball. Looks over to Silcott.
Garrett's not going to be afraid to drive against their bigs.
Here's Wes Smith.
Beautiful.
Three.
Don't see Wes hit threes like that much, Fran, but when he does.
Well, he got open and was able to get set and started along.
Yeah, when you're that wide open, you got to take that shot,
That's
Fran.
right.
You know that. And that right there is
20 firing.
Yeah, he was wide open too.
For Greenfield, that's Brendan Munden. He's a sophomore at Greenfield Central.
Yeah, he was wide open. Talked about West being wide open.
Yes.
London was wide open. You got to get a hand in the face there.
Here's Silcott driving down, working over to Lee. Drives into the lane, backs off. There's Noah Bell pulled out. Wes Smith tries another one, and this one is in and out, and just misses his second three.
Yeah, nobody went to the glass for the rebound there. Of course, it was good boxing out from Greenfield Central on that shot.
O'Connor, the leading point maker, works it into front court for Greenfield Central, passes off. Dalton Lee is the guy defending him.
Yeah, again, I like when their bigs are outside like that.
Shot is missed from out by Greenfield Central. A fight for the rebound and a foul, I believe, on Lee.
Yeah, they're going to call Lee, and I thought there may have been an over to the back right there, but they had their bigs pulled out a lot, and number 23 just struck over there and got the rebound.
At the free throw line will be Ryan Long for Greenfield Central. Shot is up and rolls around, drops in. Ties our score at 6. Wes Smith comes out, and it will be Connersville's Jacob Brown, number 50, a 6'6" sophomore, moving into the lineup.
Yeah, giving us a little bit more height.
Long ready for his second free throw. He makes this one, and the Cougars go up by a point. 4 points for Long. Here is Braxton Reveley bringing it across the timeline. Dalton Lee out to Belt. Back to Lee. Belt comes over to take the ball. Drives into the lane. Feeds off to Silcott. Got an open shot. Garrett's shot is missed, and Greenfield kind of controlling the boards, Ron.
Yeah, they're definitely controlling the boards. We're not shooting those long threes. That's be good if it went in, but we don't have anybody under the glass to get the rebound. You're going to make those shots, make sure your bigs are under the glass or have a position to be able to get the rebound, and Garrett's choked.
Whistle stops play, and foul coming up.
That'll be on blue. Oh no, they're calling Garrett on that. I'm not sure how they can call that one. He was choked, but they're calling Garrett on that.
His
Garrett's
first,
pleading his
team's
case.
second. Lineup change. Clay Garrison comes in. Reveley goes out for Connersville.
I tell you, somebody who's been playing very well, picking it up, is Clay Garrison here lately. He's been gelling at the right time. You got a good guy coming off the bench like that. Good news, he's only a sophomore with his cousin Jacob Brown. Like to see those two get in there and get going. And I'm not sure what's going on there.
I'm not sure. The refs had a meeting out at midcourt, and they're awarding the ball to Greenfield.
Yeah,
under their basket. Kerry Brown up, wanting an explanation.
Yeah, okay. Well,
they were setting up. The Spartans were going to inbound, and then.
Yep. Don't know what happened on there. Not hearing anything from the PA announcer, so.
No, I'm not sure what that's all about. Anyway, it's Greenfield Central ball.
Just got to turn it around. There we go.
Oh, nice interception by Connersville. Down court, Bell lays it up and in.
Again, you got to put that behind you and go, and Bell did with the steal right there. Again, Jacob Brown making a big difference on the. You put that height on the inbound, and we've seen that many times where he disrupts the inbound passer.
Here's Greenfield on the attack. In the opening quarter of play here in this sectional game.
Boy, that's a foul. Definitely. He got away with the first
Brown
one.
Was decked, and a charging foul is going to be picked up by a Cougar.
Yeah, well, the Cougar there, Long, he went inside first and kind of threw an elbow at Jacob. The second one was finally called, and nice pressure from Jacob.
The foul is called on the 6'8" senior of Greenfield Central. Team's third. Spartans in front court. Here's Dalton Lee. Now to Silcott.
Got to extend this lead right here. Here we go.
Garrett starts to drive down, finds his way blocked, works the ball back out. Here's Noah Belt. Clay Garrison on the side. Dribbles the ball, feeds out to Lee. The ball works the ball into Brown. Jacob, couple of guys on him. Feeds off to Silcott. Garrett fires from behind the free throw, the three-point line, and hits.
I tell you, that was a beautiful. It went inside to
Good
Jacob
play.
and wide open for Garrett. That's how you collapse that defense right there. Well,
there's a wild shot by a Greenfield boy, and the rebound taken by Connersville Silcott. Front court, feeds off to Garrison. Clay works Dalton Lee. Back to Belt. Drives down, gets up close, lays it up and in, and the Spartans go up by a 13-7 score.
That was a beautiful play there from Noah. Yes. Did not hesitate at all, friend. He saw the big guy in front of him and still went in there and kissed it off the glass. What a beautiful play from Noah. Love the fact when that kid gets inside.
Spartan fans show their appreciation, and there's a timeout call by Lucas Haworth, the coach of Greenfield Central. He's in his first year as head coach at Greenfield.
And he's not happy.
He's in his second year as a head coach with an 18-1-26 loss record, while Kerry Brown's in his ninth year at CHS with 143 victories, 80 losses, and in his 17th year overall, he has a 225 game won, 178 games lost record.
Just very impressed with the play of Noah, getting that that steal early on and went inside, and then went inside right there, and he's got one more year. Thank goodness we have one more year for that kid.
Here's Greenfield Central. Mundell moving it across the timeline. Spartans fall back on defense. Here is a shot by number 3, and it's good by William O'Connor, their leading point maker. It was a two-point field goal. Yeah, it was a two-pointer. Spartans now, Braxton Reveley back in the game for CHS. Here's Garrison. Silcott to Reveley, drives down, finds his way blocked as he heads toward the basket. Feeds out to Silcott. Noah Belt will start to drive in. Garrison now with the ball. A minute and a half left to play in the opening period. Jacob Brown works Garrison. Here is Reveley. Almost walked.
Yeah, I was worried about there for a second.
I thought there might be a whistle. They work it into Jacob Brown. He's under the basket. Can't get the shot away. And the pass is out and it's taken off by a Greenfield Central boy.
Good defense.
Turnover by the Spartans. Long shot from out by Greenfield. It's missed. Players on the floor, and what's the ref going to rule?
It's going to be the Spartans' ball.
Okay. The Greenfield Central boy carried the ball out of bounds.
One thing I'm impressed with Jacob right there, Fran, he got snuffed underneath, made a bad pass. They intercepted it. He went down there, but he ran back and almost snuffed them. Very good play from Jacob. He hit the ground and got right back up, and you love that. I love seeing that kind of hustle.
Minute to play in the first period. Garrison with the ball takes a feed from Silcott. Clay being guarded closely by a Greenfield Central guy. Goes into the corner. Reveley. Spartans apparently will go for the last shot of this opening period. We're down to 40 seconds. Connersville up 13-9. Belt will bounce the ball out near the mid-stripe. Mid-court stripe. Now starts to move. Garrison brings it to Reveley. Braxton dribbles across court. Here is Belt, got an open shot.
Oh, yeah, he ain't gonna miss that.
Three from the corner. 6 points for Noah Belt.
Wow.
Here is Greenfield Central trying a shot which is missed. Rebounding Connersville. Belt up court. Noah having a good game. Here's Silcott driving down, bumped by a couple of players. Backhands it up and in, and the buzzer sounds, and we've played the first 8 minutes of this ball game of this sectional game at Richmond. And the Spartans have a lead of 17-9 over Greenfield Central.
Oh my goodness, was that beautiful there from Garrett Silcott. He went in there, and I don't know how he twisted his arm like that to get up in there and get that shot off the glass, but he did. We're going to miss that kid. I'm almost weeping right now thinking about the fact that this is his last season. I mean, we needed that.
Pretty good offensive display by the Spartans.
A very good defensive or offensive play from the Spartans. Very, very good. Yeah, there were a couple of turnovers, but that's the big spec. The Greenfield Central played good defensively to force the turnovers that we did have, the one or two. But overall, offensively, we were clicking, very patient like that. Not too many bad shots. Again, they were controlling the boards early on.
Yes, they were.
They were controlling the boards early on. We were not, in any position to get any rebounds, but that turned around, and again, very good defensive play from the Spartans as well.
Second quarter coming up. Tonight's second ball game has Pendleton Heights and New Palestine playing in the sectional here at Richmond.
Yeah, and I believe New Pal is the only team that has beat us in the sectional, and that was a controversial ending to that game.
Yes, that's the only team that the Spartans lost to that are entered here in the sectional. Drew Shirk is in the ball game for Connersville, along with Dalton Lee, Clay Garrison, Braxton Reveille, and Garrett Silcott. Spartans have the ball.
Tell you, Noah Bell getting a well-deserved break after his 6 points.
Yes. Here's Silcott handling the ball. Now Reveille. This is out to Garrison. Starts to drive down.
Garrison may have pushed
bumps
off.
Into a defender. No whistle or anything. And Garrison has the ball back. I was too. Here's Reveille.
Yeah, surprisingly, Reveille has not taken a shot so far in this ball game.
Yes. Here's Garrison. Now Dalton Lee in the corner. Out to Garrison.
This is just slow down ball.
Lee will get set for a shot. A three by Dalton Lee. 6 points for the senior guard for the Spartans.
Yeah, when he's open like that,
yes.
We've seen him make that time and time and time again. We didn't get a foul. They went off the ref. That helped us.
Greenfield loses the ball for the fourth turnover of this ball game. There's Dalton Lee up court.
Take another shot.
Garrett drives into the top half of the free throw circle and comes back out. Lee with the ball. Works to Garrison. Spartans, as always, Ron, very patient on their shots.
Very patient, especially when you got the lead. When you have the cushion of the lead, it pays to be patient and no pressure.
Here's Garrison with the ball. Silcott backs his way toward the basket, can't get through.
Oh, that's it.
Feeds off to Braxton Reveille, tries a shot, missed. Rebound went to Greenfield, but the Spartans steal it. And there's a bad pass by Connersville and a foul going to be called.
Yeah, sure.
I believe we're on Drew Shirk.
Yeah, but then number 10 kind of looked like he may have threw an invert punch. Not sure exactly what's going on with that. Yeah, they're definitely getting Drew on that.
That'll be the third team foul on the Spartans.
Oh, they're calling Dalton on that. I thought they were calling. I think they called the wrong number.
I think
that can't be.
No, I don't think he was anywhere near the play.
I don't think he was either.
Yeah, I think Carey. No, I guess he's not contesting that. I think Chris Bottomley, the JV coach, is on the bench. He was talking to.
Yeah, he's pretty
the official. I think so. I believe that was maybe a botched call by.
Yeah, I think so.
Meanwhile, Greenfield Central inbounds.
Yeah, I guess they gave up 2 twos instead of.
Here's O'Connor, ball handling for Greenfield Central. Spartans doing a good job on him so far. He's their leading point maker. There's the ball into the 6'8" senior.
Look at that Braxton against their biggest guy. One of our smallest guys against their biggest guy. But Braxton plays like he's the biggest guy on the floor.
Corner shot attempt by Greenfield Central, missed. Rebounding, excellent save by the
Harlem
Spartans. Really a good save. The ball was going out of bounds, and the Spartans somehow were able to save that.
Going to be on Wes.
Wes Smith called for a charge underneath the Greenfield basket, or underneath the Spartan basket, Greenfield ball.
Oh, that was that's beautiful hustle. Just beautiful hustle. That right there is what you want to show your kids on hustle, the definition of it.
Grady is going to the bench for Greenfield Central, and Jacob Cochran is in the lineup for the Cougars. Meanwhile, they inbound in backcourt, moving across the timeline. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes remaining, first half of this game.
Oh, that's, wow. Number 14 is looking like, somebody did that. He missed it. He wanted to see somebody else who, of course, when you're that tall going down that play, it's not good.
Spartan basketball. 20-9, Connorsville.
I haven't scored in a while.
Greenfield Central hasn't scored in this second period. Spartans has scored 3.
Yeah, I haven't scored. We need to score a little bit more.
Here's Belt. Working to Brown. Jacobs back in the lineup. That 6'6" sophomore that the Spartans have. Here's Reveille driving around a couple of defenders. He's out to Lee. Now Belt. Into the corner, Lee got an open shot. That's a little bit short. And the rebound grabbed off by Greenfield Central. Driving down and
beautiful.
Nice shot put up by Cochran.
Yeah, Cochran there. He went in there and drove and went to his weak
right
side on that.
Yes. Here come the Spartans. This is Belt. Going to be called for a charge. I think maybe a pretty good job of acting there by the guy in blue. What do you think? He was touched by Belt, and he quickly fell to the floor, and the official decided that was a charge.
Yeah, you're not allowed to flop in the NBA. Apparently you can in high school, but, again, looking at the replay there, you got to go by what the guys in stripes say, and apparently that is a charge. Which Greenfield is leading the game in charges. Usually we lead.
That's right. You're right. I mean, it's unusual that we're behind in that department.
Yeah, just got to shut them down right here and we get back on track. We've scored 3 points this quarter, but we haven't scored in a while.
Here's a shot put up by Greenfield. Brown defending the shooter, and the shot is missed.
Yeah, that just wasn't a wise shot at all.
Good job. Here's Belt on the attack for the Spartans. Dalton Lee works Jacob Brown. Feeds out to Belt, got an open shot, a 3.
I tell you what, when Noah Belt feels it, you can see it in his eyes.
9 points for Belt so far in the game. Here's a whistle-stopping play as this is another Spartan foul.
Yeah, they're going to call Jacob on that, I think. And
these fellas really like to call fouls on CHS here. Holding foul going to be called. Is it on Noah?
Yeah, it's on Noah.
Okay, and that's his second, team 6.
Checking in for Greenfield Central is Brady Mungo.
Surprisingly, we're very disciplined when it comes to fouls. We're leading Greenfield. We have
Garrison
6.
Comes into the game. Here's a ball put in play under the Greenfield basket. Ball handler, ball knocked away by a Spartan on the floor, and nice save by Connorsville.
Very good hustle.
Here's Silcott.
Yeah, that's beautiful. He's looking for the foul.
He's in the free throw lane and just sort of leaped over the fellow defending him and put the ball in. 7 points for Garrett so far tonight.
He wanted the foul on that.
Spartan fans show their appreciation of the Spartans' play here tonight so far.
Yeah, very good. I mean, this is a swarmy defense. I don't know whether it wasn't a foul there.
I was surprised too.
Down a little bit.
Jacob Brown was an excellent job of defending, and the ball comes loose and into the hands of Connorsville and up court, Reveille. Here's Garrison in the corner, trying to get away from the
nice dribbling
Greenfield guy. Yeah, Greenfield using Spartans man-to-man defense here tonight. Shot from the side by Silcott is missed. Here's another whistle, and
I think a timeout.
Oh, a timeout. Okay. 2:09 on the clock here in the first half. 25-11 as the Spartans have the lead over Greenfield Central in this sectional opener at Richmond.
Very, very good offensive display. Again, we had a few minutes here where we didn't score, but we came back and started scoring a little bit. Again, defense, lights out. I mean, lights out. Absolutely joy to watch this defense. Fran, again, this is one of the rare times where we have more fouls than the other team because we play aggressively defense, but not too aggressive.
Yes.
And, you know, we're getting called for some charges that we don't see.
That's right. We don't often have those kind of fouls called.
But again, when we make these fouls, we've been able to correct it, and Greensburg hasn't been able to take any advantage of it at all. Or Greenfield. You can write that down. And we're in Richmond.
Here come the Marauders into the Sheridan Center. These guys will be playing Palestine in the second game tonight.
Andrew Palestine, they're over there in suits. They're the best dressed team.
Timeout's over, and here we go with the ball put in play by Greenfield Central. Connersville falls back, sets up the defense. Wes Smith is back in the lineup for Connersville. Silcott's out there. Garrison, Lee, and Reveille.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh,
that's
nice move by Greenfield Central. They spotted number 3, O'Connor, into the basket, fired the ball to him. He laid it up and in. But he's at 4 points. His total again, or average, is 16 per game.
Yeah, he's got to get going if he wants to get his average.
Here's Wes Smith, Dalton Lee, the ball handler. It's out to Smith, Reveille in the corner. A minute and a half shows on the clock here in the first half. Smith drives down, gives to Garrison. Over to Reveille. Spartans with their good ball handling. Here's Smith.
Very good ball handling. Again, talked about the patience.
Yes, that's what it is. Now Silcott.
Yeah, we may be
They
waiting.
bounce the ball into Garrett. The ball is
14 going to be on
knocked
that
away
one.
from him, and a foul called on Greenfield Central boy, Turner, number 14, picks up the foul. That's fourth on Greenfield Central. The non-shooting foul. Here is Jonah Graham coming in for Connersville, a freshman for CHS.
Like to see Jonah get some play time. This kid plays hard. I mean hard.
Listed at 5'7".
Yeah, we have a lot of, yeah, Braxton's taller than him. That's shocking.
He puts the ball in play, goes into Braxton Reveille.
Jonah is one of those kids, we've said it before, there are many kids here that don't think that they're, you know, Clay, Braxton, and Jonah, they don't think they're under 6 foot. They think they're over 7 foot. That's how they play.
I agree. Connersville, 38 seconds on the first half clock. Give every indication they will wait for a last second shot.
Absolutely.
Here's Reveille. Out to Garrison.
Oh boy, Garrett had just a split second. He had an opening. Clay didn't see it.
Silcott. Down to 15 seconds. Silcott sets up for a pass over to Garrison. Back to Silcott.
Quickly.
Yeah, we need to move quickly now, and there is Garrett
go
driving in for a shot. A foul is called on the Greenfield Central guy, and that will be going to be a shooting foul.
Yeah, he was going to the basket on that.
I thought maybe it happened on the drive toward the basket or something. The Greenfield Central coach up questioning the call of the official. Meanwhile, Garrett Silcott is at the line for a free throw, which he makes, and he'll get a second attempt here. Bruce Shirk is in the game for CHS right now, number 44. Silcott ready for his second free throw. Second one's up. It's good. Garrett hits them both. Rondy doesn't look like a 67% free throw shooter.
Yeah, he had some difficulties at the beginning of the season.
Right.
That's going in.
Three at the buzzer by number 3 of Greenfield Central, William O'Connor. The ball was on its way when the buzzer sounded, and it drops through, and that gives Greenfield Central 16 points here at the halftime, and the Spartans though have the lead of 27-16. 10-point second half for Connorsville.
Both are proud sponsors of the IHSA Boys Basketball Tournament.
And a 7-point second quarter for the Greenfield Central Cougars. An interesting ball game. Greenfield Central has 6 turnovers in this ball game so far. Spartans have 3. Quite a few fouls called. 6 were called on Connorsville, 4 called on Greenfield Central. Ron's working on the scoring here, and we'll have it in just a minute.
I am done. I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. For the Greenfield Central Cougars, they are led by William O'Connor. He hit that 3. That was a beautiful shot there.
Yes, it was.
He has 7 points for Jacob Cochran. He has 2. Brandon Mundell has 3, and Brian Long has 4 for the Greenfield Central Cougars. 16 points for the Connorsville Spartans. They are led by Garrett Silcott and Noah Belts, 9 points. Dalton Lee has 6, and Wes Smith has 3 for the Spartans, 27 points. Great offensive output. Had a little bit of a lull there in the second quarter,
yes,
just a few minutes, but for the most part, very good. Nice hustle. Both teams leaving it all on the floor.
Spartans have substituted freely tonight.
They have, and seeing Jonah get in there really excites me. I like to see that kid get some play. He's been so good to watch him on the JV. Get some varsity time, now get some time here in sectional. He's only a freshman. It's only going to benefit him and the team in the future.
Spartans have a deep bench. They've had all season long, haven't they, Ron?
They do. They have a deep bench, and not only a deep bench, but they have a deep program. Again, we have to remember that all of our non-starters had zero varsity minutes coming in, and we had many seniors. You thought, where did these kids come from? Well, they came from the Chris Bottomley JV program. Right. So, again, we're very deep. We're going to lose a lot of players this year. Noah Belt's the only starter that's coming back.
That's true, right.
But Clay Garrison, Jacob Brown, excited with them. Those 2 are cousins. You know, they played in the backyard
right
at Grandma's house. So seeing Jonah, seeing some of the kids, Sollenbarger, Colton from JV, you see some of these kids coming up. Very exciting future for the Spartans.
Yeah, the JV team had a 20-win, 4-loss record, same as the varsity team.
Very, very good JV team that we have. Chris Bottomley, went to school with Chris. He, just lives and breathes basketball. He likes to coach these kids, teach them. More importantly, they're great young men.
He did an excellent job with those fellows this year, and well, we know there will be quite a few of them moving up to the varsity.
Oh, yeah, they sure will. And then we go down even further, go down to the middle school, and that program is loaded as well.
Yeah, the middle school did very well.
Yeah, all the red and white teams have done well in the 8th grade, 9th grade, or 8th grade and 7th grade. And again, the future is very bright for the Spartans, and it starts with Kerry Brown. Kerry's just an outstanding human being. He is an outstanding human being. I mean, that goes to what I was saying, and I like the way Kerry just is calm. We could be up 30, and he looks the same as if we're down 30. and the kids feed off that. That's why we're very successful in overtime games, Fran. And that experience of winning all these overtime games is why we excel in close games. It's why we excel in these pressure-packed tournament games. We came in this field house, the Tarrant Center, back in December in the Weddick tournament, and got a 3rd place. I think we should have won it, but I think last year we came in like 9th and we only lost 1 game as well. So
unfortunately we lost at the wrong time and the wrong place. We went to the loser bracket and we sort of.
But that tournament's packed as well. I mean, it's packed with talent from. You got a lot of Indianapolis schools here. They're huge.
Yeah, there were like 32 teams, I think, in that tournament.
Isn't that amazing?
I mean, they come from Ohio, and it's quite an event. It happens between the holidays, and people that had seen that tournament see very good basketball.
They do, and we're seeing good basketball now. As we probably have, I'd say we have 3,000 or 4,000 people here.
Yes.
I mean, we are just jammed, and the faithful has been making some noise tonight, rooting on our boys, and it's going to be a nice caravan driving home if we walk out of here with a victory.
27-16 is the halftime score. Connersville ahead of the Greenfield Central Cougars in this sectional game. It was 17-9, the Spartans at the end of the first break. As you mentioned, the second ball game tonight of the section will be New Palestine, and they'll be taking on the Pendleton Heights Marauders. No basketball on Wednesday or Thursday, but Friday night it'll be resuming here at the Tiernan Center, and the winner of this ball game will be taking on Mount Vernon. They're one of the teams that drew the bye, so they don't play until Friday night at 6 o'clock. Second game on Friday night will be the winner of the second game tonight against Richmond.
Richmond, I think they've had a bye 3 years in a row.
That was Richmond was the last name out of the in the drawing when the pairings were made. So.
They got to be feeling good having that bye, especially here, having the sectional back here in the Tiernan Center for the first time in years. They got to be feeling good as well. Of course, Richmond not having the best of seasons. But again, when you're playing on your home floor for sectional time, you're dangerous.
Absolutely, and we might mention the folks that were at Richmond for this sectional for the first time in quite a while, because it has been going on at Newcastle.
Yeah, they're down at 3A, and they're favored to win the whole state. Newcastle is in 3A.
Yes.
You know, we have to remember we played Richmond a very tough game at the bowl win of the overtime. We should have really won that, but we missed a lot of free throws during that ball game in the fourth quarter, which kept Richmond in it. And to their credit, they made us pay, and they extended overtime, which we ended up winning. But the next time we played them here at the wedding tournament, we blew them out by 30.
Yeah, it was no contest in that ball game.
Yeah, we really worked out on them then, and I think that may have been the turning point for the offense, Fran. We have seen our offense prior to that tournament. And prior to when the calendar flipped to 2018, we saw our offense explode. We had some explosive moments where we may score 25 in a quarter and then score 2 the next. It was so up and down.
Yes.
The consistency was, again, our defense. But I think after that Weddick tournament, and maybe a couple games into January, is when we started to really start gelling. Our boys started clicking on offense. And, you know, we have just been lights out. We've scored 50, 60 points consistently there for a while. We had that loss to Batesville, but other than that, we've done really well.
Right after the first of the year, we played Greensburg all the time. It's always a tough game, but we won that game. And
that was an overtime
agree.
game too.
I think that put the Spartans, gave them a lot of momentum, and they've had a great January and February.
Yeah, and you have to love. You know, we've been with Kerry 9 years. All the years that we've done it together, it's been here with Kerry for the 9 years. And he has always stressed, hey, this is all exhibition until the sectional that we're paying for sectional. Obviously, as the boys come on the court right now to a thunderous applause from the faithful, when you get in the sectional, that's it. You have to be prepared for a sectional. All the mental mistakes have to be gone. They have to be corrected. And you just want to be going to, you're going to have blips here and there. That's just the game of basketball. But you want to be on that upward climb. And our boys, I think this year, may be on a better upward climb than last year when we only lost that one game coming into the sectional.
Yes.
I just think the way that this team is playing is it's a joy to watch.
Spartans going for their 9th straight game tonight. So they're hoping for that victory and keeping their streak alive.
Yeah, the 2 games that we've lost here lately it was the Batesville nail-biter. It was a nail-biter to Batesville, and then, of course, we lost that Newcastle game that was close there for a while, but the strength of Newcastle kind of wore us down. We had that tough game the night before. Not giving any excuse to Newcastle is just a beast this year. They're just tough. They're very tough.
And as you mentioned, Newcastle is now a Class 3A team. Yeah. It's an enrollment thing that determines where you play in Class 3A or 4A. And the Spartans are, I think they're 5 games under Connersville in enrollment. in 4A.
Yeah, we're on that cusp right there
Yes.
between 4A and 3A. I think 2019 next year is when they reclassify.
Right, every 2 years.
Yeah, we could be, and what they do is they divide every school by 4
Yes.
and put them in there.
Yes.
So we could be in 3A next year. Wouldn't that be great? With grades
Yeah, be
first?
top of 3A. Can you imagine?
Yeah, with Newcastle, that would be incredible.
That's 3 O'Connor.
That would be unbelievable.
20 Mundell,
But
21
it's,
Brandon, 23 Long.
Getting ready for an exciting second half here tonight in this sectional game from the Tiernan Center in Richmond. Connersville up 27-16 over the Greenfield Central Cougars. Earlier in the year, as we mentioned, Connersville was a victor when these two teams played.
Any of the games here at Richmond High School. Thank you.
And that has to play on Greenfield. That has to play with them, knowing that, man, we've lost to them before. We were down. You know, if I remember that game, they were up, I think, at one of the quarters, one of the stops they were up before we kind of really just put it in another gear that they couldn't get to.
Here we go, the buzzer sounds. Spartans first on the floor. Silcott, Wes Smith, Belt, Lee, and Reveille are the original starting 5. For Greenfield Central, number 21 will trigger it in. This is Grady, one of the sophomores of the Greenfield team. Ball walked around, taken over by Matthew Turner.
There's a definite
There's a
foul
whistle
right there.
as Reveille
Dalton or Braxton on that.
scoots along the floor. The foul called.
That's going to be Braxton.
That personal foul is going to be on Braxton Reveille.
Wow, I thought their guy pushed.
His first.
Braxton
Fierce.
first. Meanwhile, it will be Greenfield Central ball, and it's lost. Connersville steals it. Silcott fast break up court, lays it up and in. Another turnover by Greenfield Central, and it cost them.
I didn't catch who that was.
29-16, Spartans with the lead.
I didn't see who scored. I was looking down to see our number.
Ball handler, Mundell. O'Connor is pushed out. Smith guarding him. He again is their leading point maker. Spartans have done a good job on him so far. He feeds off to a teammate. Wow. Number 14 fires from the corner. Turner missed. Fight for the rebound. And it is Connersville coming out with it. Here's Silcott riding up court. Works to Belt. Over to Reveille. Now Dalton Lee.
Well, I thought Noah was going to take that shot right there.
Silcott with the ball behind the free throw circle. Works to Reveille. Greenfield Central continues in their man-to-man. Belt open shot. It is just off the rim, and the rebound. Nice job by Greenfield's Brian Long.
Yeah, we talked about them controlling the glass, and they have. I mean, they have gotten a lot of defensive rebounds, and I mean, we've had a couple opportunities for second and third chances, but not much.
Here's Grady with the ball, drives in.
Nice give and go. Oh, wow.
Feeds off to a teammate who had a close-in shot.
Yeah,
you just don't miss those, Ron, but he did. There's Reveille going in for a shot. He's bumped, missed the shot, but I think a couple of free throws for Braxton Reveille coming up.
Yeah, Reveille's going to the line right there. He kind of tossed it up right there. Just hopefully it went in, and it darn near did.
Braxton is one of the better free throw shooters for the Spartans. He's at 72%.
That's his first team first and a half.
Wes Smith is out, and coming in will be Brown. No, a non-shooting foul.
Oh, I thought they were going to give it to him.
You're right.
He threw that up there.
Silcott will inbound it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Are they going to give him the foul? Oh, you have to be kidding me. They're not giving him the shot on that. That's unbelievable.
It's going to be on Cochran. Picks up the
I thought he was definitely going for it right there.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
Silcott will inbound.
That foul was before the shot, they say.
Okay. Here's Belt. Decides not to shoot. Gives to Silcott. He'll drive down. Feeds off to Jacob Brown, but it's mishandled, and a turnover by the Spartans. Here's a foul going to be called on somebody.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is.
A charge on number 10 of Greenfield Central, Cochran.
Third. That's his third within like 30 seconds.
Jacob Cochran picks up a quick third.
Belt will inbound for Connersville with Silcott, and they'll work it across the timeline. We're in the third period, 6 minutes left to play, and the Spartans up 29-16. Dalton Lee on the side.
Very patient, just
waits for somebody to get open, works it out to
no pressure.
Noah Belt.
Yeah, you would think that Greenfield would want to start getting more in our face.
Garrison, there's a bad pass by the Spartans intended for Brown, but it never got to Jacob. It was intercepted by a Greenfield guy. They bring it up court, moving down, laying it up and missing a close-in shot.
Yeah, they're
Greenfield
missing.
Central, number 21. He was about as close to the basket as you can get.
Yeah, that's a couple buddies that they've missed so far this quarter.
Shot missed by Grady, rebounding. Will be taken out of bounds by the Spartans. Noah Bell goes out of the game, and Rebele comes back in. He and Silcott will move it across the timeline in the front court. A little bit of a press by Greenfield Central, but not a very serious one. Here's Dalton Lee with the ball. Starts to drive, feeds out to Garrison. Loses the ball momentarily, looks out to Silcott. Garrett was bumped kind of in the face, but no foul called, and Dalton Lee just fires a shot and scores a three-pointer for Connersville.
Gotta like that from Dalton Lee, getting open and shooting that shot. He's one of those guys that we're going to miss because when he scores, it's always usually at the right time. 9
points for Dalton Lee. Up court, Greenfield Central.
Oh, there's
another charge on Greenfield Central.
Yeah, Garrett loved that.
Spartans have doubled the score on Greenfield Central, 32-16. On the foul, it is out of bounds Connersville. Lee will put it in play. No, Rebele will put it in play.
Now Greenfield is just really getting the fouls.
Official talking to the coach of the Greenfield Central team.
Yeah, they have
conversation over, so it didn't last long, Ron.
No, not at all. I'm sure what he would be talking about, other than his boys are just playing way overly aggressive right now, and they've got 4 fouls within a couple of minutes.
Here's Silcott, the ball handler, front court.
Cochran had 3 of them.
Out to Garrison. He's pulled just out the three-point line behind the free throw circle. Silcott now to Rebele. Spartans moving the ball as they have all evening long, taking
with patience,
quite a bit of time between shots. Of course, the clock is running.
Yeah, you just got to, if I were Greenfield, I'd want to be in their face a little bit more. I'd be wanting to play a little bit more aggressively. I mean, you can't sit there and let them eat the clock like that. Of course, we'll be glad to do it.
That's right, if they want to play that way. Here's Jacob Brown working toward the basket. Can't get through as number 23, that 6'8 senior, was.
Yeah, looked like he elbowed Jacob in the back there early with nothing called. And
now Jacob tries again, flips it up.
You got to like that
miss. Yeah, it was a nice attempt along the baseline.
I like the attempt from Jacob right there. He got a little frustrated. He was wanting to call earlier on with an elbow to the back. He didn't get it.
Greenfield ball.
Went in there and tried to do that reverse and didn't go in, but good effort from Jacob.
Cougars on the attack, down in this ball game by a lot of points, and we're in the third period. Here's Long, couple of Spartans on him.
He can't see.
He finally gets it off to a teammate. He tries a jump shot from the free throw circle, which is missed, but a rebound goes to Greenfield Central. Backing his way toward the basket is Greenfield's Mundell, and whistle stops play. They point to Garrett Silcott. Is he going to be called for a foul?
Yeah, they didn't recall Garrett on that. Yeah.
Against Connersville, number 10, Garrison. His first.
Oh, no,
they called Garrison. I thought they pointed toward Garrett.
Yeah, he must have hit him before he got to Garrett. As there's a timeout.
Full timeout's being called. Greenfield Central calling a full timeout.
Timeout called by the Cougars coach, with 2:54 left to play in the third period. Connersville 32 and Greenfield Central 16. Greenfield Central, Ron, has not scored in this quarter.
Yeah, they went a lot of time in that second quarter without scoring.
Yes,
of course, they scored 7 points, but it took a while before they got on the board. And this is not how they wanted to start the quarter, Fran. They had the ball to start the quarter. That first series that they had of the ball game, they went inside, and I thought that's what they were going to do, is clog inside. But our defense forced their bigs out.
Yes.
And so when their bigs are out like that, your inside play is gone. And so again, great defense from the Spartans to keep that goose egg on the board this quarter for Greenfield Central. They got to be frustrated.
No, not a lot of shots in this third period. And the Spartans have only scored 5 points.
Yeah, we've scored 5 points. We've had a couple mistakes, couple errors, mental mistakes. But Greenfield Central has just not taken advantage of any of our mistakes, whether they be of a turnover variety or a foul. They just have not been able to take advantage of it at all.
Come the Spartans on the floor. Smith, Silcott, Reveille, Garrison, Belt are the 5 guys out there in white for CHS. Ball put in play, shot by
They've missed so many of those.
Another 3-point easy, or another third easy shot is what I should say, that missed by Greenfield.
Pass.
That pass by the Spartans, and Greenfield Central brings the ball into front court.
Yeah, we got to remember that too. They've had, that's at least 3 shots that were within 5 feet. A couple of them at the glass that didn't go in.
Yes, I mean,
so this would be a totally different
really
ball
high
game.
Percentage shots these guys were missing from Greenfield. Here's number 3 firing from long. It's missed. Whistle stops the play.
I think it's going on number 24.
Foul coming up on Greenfield Central. A foul on Mundell. That's the team's 4th. Spartans have 2 fouls in this.
It should be their 5th.
Second half.
Yeah, I thought we had 5. They had 4 there for a long time. They should be at 5.
Garrison moves it across the timeline for Connersville. Looks for somebody in the clear, and I think the Spartans are calling a timeout because Garrison was in traffic over there and couldn't find anybody open to pass to. So 30-second timeout being called by Connersville.
Yeah, they've corrected it. Greenfield Central has 5 fouls right now, and that definitely could be something that can haunt them, especially if we get to 2 fouls to put us at the line here in the third quarter.
Yes. 2:02 on the third quarter clock in this section opener at Richmond.
Very, very, very good play from the Connersville Spartans. And it seems like, Fran, that this is 32 points in the third quarter. That's average. I think that's average. But for some reason, the way that we've played, it feels like it should be more. I don't know why I get that feel, but we've hustled a lot. And I think that's why we probably should have more than 32 because of how well we've hustled. Again, can't take anything away from Greenfield, because they have hustled as well. But we've hustled so much, it just seems like we should have more than 32 points.
Well, we've taken, as we mentioned, take a lot of time between shots. I mean,
and we have.
So that's right. Here's Belt with the ball for Connersville. A couple of guys on him.
It's not how many shots you take. That's just not good.
Another bad pass by the Spartans.
Nice
another
Garrison.
turnover, but they get it back. So
that's hustle.
That's right. Garrison was able to steal that ball back for Connersville.
Yeah, that is. We're going to see that for the next couple
Belt
of years.
Starting to drive down, and I believe he was fouled.
Number 21, and I think he got hit in the knee by his
I think so. Yeah,
teammate.
They collided there. Non-shooting foul. Belt will inbound for Connersville.
Yeah, one more. We're at the line.
That was Grady of Greenfield Central. His 3rd foul, the team's 6th. Yeah, from now on, the next foul, the Spartans will be shooting the rest of this ball game from the line. Oh, nice work by the Spartans into the basket. Reveille passes off. Here's Garrison. Drives
down.
Going
all the way. Yeah,
brings around a bigger guy and
he lost that
tries
one,
to put it up, but he couldn't get it
that's
taken care of. Greenfield Central comes across the timeline. Ball is loose, and it rolls out of bounds. Touched last by Greenfield. Connersville ball. Again, the Greenfield coach wants an explanation, I think.
Yeah, I didn't see if it went off his leg, but the thing that impressed me most was Clay going up against number 3, who is 7 inches taller than he is, 8 inches taller than he is, and yeah, he kind of lost the battle. But I tell you what, he came back and hustled down, and Clay Garrison, again, going to be a joy to watch for the next couple of years.
Connersville ball. Graham is in the lineup for Connersville. Jonah with the ball. Here is Belt underneath to Garrison.
Like
open man. He was driving in the baseline from the side. They hit him with a pass, and he puts it up and in. Nice play.
Yeah, Noah, nice awareness right there to see Garrison streak towards the basket. He had some guys around him. I didn't think he saw Garrison go.
34-16, Connersville.
That's it.
Oh, 3. Nice one put in by Greenfield Central's Logan Grady. 20 seconds on the third quarter clock. Garrison with the ball. Spartans in control, out in front. The ball is knocked away. Touched last by a Greenfield boy. It will be Connersville basketball under their goal with 12.7 seconds.
Nice idea there from Clay to go inside to get to the bigger shirk, but you got to make sure you don't have anybody on him like that.
Here's Garrett Wicks, number 20, coming into the game. Noah Belt goes to the bench. Connersville with the ball. They're into the court. They work it in. Nice. Goes to Shirk. Out to Graham. Here's Silcott. Needing to start his drive. He does. Feeds out to Garrison. Sets up the screen. Off the front rim as the buzzer sounds. And we have played 3 quarters here tonight at Richmond. And at the end of 3 in this section opener, Connersville has a 34-19 lead. 3 points for the Cougars in that 8-minute quarter. Spartans scored 7. We
had 17 points that first quarter. Have scored 17 points the second, third quarter. Got to pick it up a little bit more. We scored 10 points that second quarter, 7 the third quarter.
Right.
You got to pick it up a little bit more.
That's right. We don't want to keep going down. I mean, we're going in the wrong direction, right?
I mean, Greenfield is going down. I need to find myself a quarter every time I say Greensburg. Greenfield is going down, which is nice. But we want to win this game and move on, and we want to move on with the momentum moving up.
Yeah, Greenfield's had quarters of 9 points, 7 points, and 3 points.
Yeah, they're going down, and that's like that. We don't want to go down, even though we are extending the lead each quarter. Without question, want to have an explosive quarter here. I would love to see it have a good quarter here.
Here's the lineup as we start the fourth period. It will be Dalton Lee for the Spartans, along with Garrett Silcott, Braxton Reveille, Jacob Brown, and Noah Belt.
Jacob Brown getting the start here in the fourth quarter like that.
Quarter number 4 getting started. Connersville has the ball. Dalton Lee in traffic. Three guys on him.
Yeah,
finally gets away. Works over the Belt to Jacob Brown.
Not sure why Greenfield is getting aggressive now in the fourth quarter. I guess better late than never. But
here's Braxton Reveille. Dalton Lee with a couple of guys on him. Looks for somebody to pass through. Whistle stops the play. See what the official rules. It's like a foul coming
up. It'll be a 1-and-1. It'll be number 10. That's his fourth foul.
Calling a foul.
Fourth foul.
Foul number 7, and the Spartans will be shooting free throws from now on. Yeah, that foul is on number 10, Cochran. He's fourth. Again, an explanation is requested by.
He's wanting all kinds of explanations
by the coach of Greenfield Central. Yeah. He may be a better coach after this game after the officials get done with him.
Yeah, they're going to explain the whole thing.
Meanwhile, at the line is Dalton Lee for the Spartans, firing a free throw and hitting. Dalton on the season is a 67% free throw shooter, but our free throw has been very good tonight, Ron.
They have. I don't think we've missed any.
No, I don't think so. Second one is good by Lee. And the senior falls back on defense. He has 11 points. Now Greenfield Central on the attack. This guy's really struggling here in the last couple of quarters.
Yeah, that's
the guy underneath.
Right there.
Nice move. Worked the ball into Matt Turner as he was headed toward the basket. Very nice play by Greenfield.
Yeah, you like that when you have a give and go.
Connersville will make a lineup change. I'm not sure Kerry Brown liked the Spartans' defense on that particular play, and I think he's going to change a player here.
I didn't like the defense either. Who knows? I thought he was going all the way.
Yeah, Belt drives along the baseline, can't get a shot away, works it out to Lee.
Yeah, we're still eating the clock, even though they're a lot more aggressive. Oh,
there's Belt.
That may
Whistle
be on
stops
Belt.
play. They're going to be on charge on Dalton. No,
I thought he elbowed the guy.
Going to be on Mundell. Here is Garrison coming in. Dalton Lee going out for Connersville. Meanwhile, Noah Belt at the line. Noah, 79% free throw shooter. Their best on the team. Fires good.
Noah just has that nice touch about him, you know, whether he's shooting from threes or right there at the free throw line. He's a joy to watch.
Second one is good. 11 points for Noah Belt. When you're hitting your free throws, Ron, you stand a real good chance to win.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we've seen it in years past. This year, not the best free throw shooting team. We've seen teams stay in the game because of our missed free throws.
Nice ball handling by Greenfield Central.
Ooh.
Here's a whistle going to be called on Belt as he held the Greenfield boy as he was getting ready for a shot. See, that will be at the free throw line, I believe. Meanwhile, Spartans calling a timeout.
Yeah, it looks like we're calling a full timeout.
Kerry Brown wants to talk it over.
30-second timeout.
Just under 6.5 minutes left to play in tonight's ball game here at Richmond. Sectional contest. Again, a reminder that the winner of this game will move into the sectional semifinals on Friday night at 6 o'clock and take on Mount Vernon.
That's a game that went into overtime this year. It seemed like the last few times we played Mount Vernon, we've gone to overtime. But it was one of those games that we played like we didn't want to lose, and it gave Mount Vernon the opportunity to get back at us.
I agree.
And then we we shut them out that overtime, but should have not got that far. So, I feel good if we get through this game, which it looks like we may. But again, we've seen crazy things happen.
It's going to be put in play by Greenfield Central. Dalton Lee is back into the game for Connersville, and Jacob Brown goes out.
Jacob Brown, a sophomore.
Yeah, he gets appreciation.
Yeah.
Applause by the Spartan fans.
That's a great shot.
Oh, a shot from the corner by Greenfield. Number 3 got open, William O'Connor.
Number 3, O'Connor.
He has 10 points. His average is 16. He's their leading point maker.
He's got a good shot.
Noah Belt in traffic. Takes a return pass from Dalton Lee. Out to Reveille. Into Braxton. Now Dalton Lee. Spartans again. We're satisfied.
Yeah,
a little bit of carrying the ball on Dalton Lee. A turnover by CHS.
Haven't had too many turnovers tonight, so that's nice, but don't want to be having. We've handled their press very well. That's generally when you have a lot of turnovers, when they're pressing like that. And that's a nice shot.
Another 3 by O'Connor.
Yeah, they're down 11 now, so we
that's
we
right.
Watch it because they have nothing to lose
there's 5.5 minutes left to play in this ball game. Anything can happen here.
Oh yeah, and we've seen anything happen before.
Here's Noah Belt driving toward the basket, feeds off to Reveille. Braxton works it out to Garrison. Here's Belt. Out to Silcott. Garrett fouled as he heads for the basket.
Yeah, he's going to the line.
He'll be at the free throw line for the 1-and-1. That's the 9th foul of the second half on Greenfield Central, and Garrett misses his free throw, so no bonus coming up here.
Yeah, don't like that at all.
No.
Especially when they've hit a lot of threes here, and this kid's just going to.
Yeah, you give this Greenfield Central. Driving down, missing on a close-in shot. Foul called, a pushing foul on Greenfield Central on Mundell. And Silcott will be at the line for Connersville.
Talked earlier about Greenfield Central, Fran. They missed at least 3 shots within 5 feet in that second
high
quarter.
Percentage shots.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you add those to the 27 points, that puts them down where they're. So we'd be glad that they missed those shots.
Silcott hits the free throw. Now he'll get a bonus.
Yeah,
what's his point total, Ron?
He has 12 right now.
His average 15.8. Garrett's second free throw is perfect. Connersville goes up 40-27. Now Greenfield Central, and even 5 minutes left to play in tonight's game. Bring the ball across the timeline. Into the corner. Here's number 3 again. This one he misses, though.
Nice rebound.
And the rebound by number 23, Long, and a timeout called by the coach of the Greenfield Central Cougars.
Yeah, Dalton was hoping for an over the back right there, but that was just great rebound in there from Greenfield Central's big guy right there, as he just went up and got that ball and snatched it.
Yes.
The Indiana Pacers.
Now we're in the double bonus. Every time we get to the line, we're going to be shooting two free throws.
They are honored, both the Pacers and the Fever, to
the fact that we're up 13
at all levels.
4:46 left to play.
The fact that we're up 13 is, again, very good defense, because, again, we talked about our offense not score those 17 points that first quarter. It was a beautiful first quarter, and we've kind of gone down since. But you got to give hats off to Greenfield. Their defense has picked up as well. They're getting in our face, but we haven't really made any mistakes when they've pressured us.
Yes.
So the sectional opponents that are watching this ball game right now are wondering, well, geez, nothing's stopping these Spartans when you press them. What can you do?
Spartans has scored 6 points in his 4th period so far. Greenfield Central has put in 8. Here come the Spartans. Silcott, Belt, Reveille, Garrison, and Lee on the floor. Greenfield Central ball taken by O'Connor, who hit those 2 quick threes. And
wow.
There's a layup by Greenfield Central. That's good.
Yeah,
Silcott hit the floor, but the official wasn't buying it, I don't think.
No, I don't think he was buying it at all. I was hoping he would sell it.
Here's Dalton Lee with the ball out to Silcott. Spartans now on the attack, protecting a lead of 11 points. Kerry Brown up speaking with one of the officials briefly. Here's Belt driving toward the basket. Tries to fake
their big guy go up.
Brings it out to Garrison. 4 minutes even on the clock.
Yeah, Long wasn't buying.
Silcott.
I thought
out to
Noah was
Belt.
going to shoot.
Reveille now out to Garrison. Connersville working the ball, working the clock. Here's Silcott.
Eating the clock, and there's a. Noah's hoping there's a foul called on Noah. He's not happy at all.
Noah Belt. No, he can't believe that the official is calling him for a foul.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact there. I can see it both ways if I were the guy in stripes, but you see the last guy doing the last guy who threw the punch is the one who gets in trouble, and not that he punched, but you know what I mean. The last guy who makes contact, and
number 10, Jacob Cochran.
That's the 4th foul against the Spartans. Noah will come out. Jacob Brown will replace him in the CHS lineup.
Yeah, Noah's not happy at all. Got to get him out of there to cool him down.
Belt will inbound. Lee will inbound for Connersville. Taken out by Brown.
Wow.
Silcott comes down to take the ball out of the hands of Jacob Brown. Now Garrett will
he walked.
stumble. Called for traveling, a turnover by the Spartans.
Yeah, very rarely do you see Carey come off the bench like that and bark orders at his troops, but this is sectional time. It's time to, rev things up and not make any mistakes like that.
40-29, the score with Connersville out in front, but Greenfield Central has the ball. Number 14 works the ball around. That's Turner.
Nice.
There's
by
a
Jacob.
loose ball picked up by Connersville.
Beautiful.
Nice save by CHS. Dalton Lee quickly up court.
Very good
Now
there from
pulls
Jacob.
out. Taken by Silcott. Whistle stops play, and kind of a little bit of pushing and shoving match out there right now. And the
Very physical.
Yes.
I mean,
holding foul called on a Greenfield boy. That's going to be the fourth on Grady. Meanwhile, at the line, Connersville's number 22, Dalton Lee. Shot is good. Spartans' 41st point of this ball game. Second shot is good. 42-29, Connersville, 13 points for Dalton Lee, and Dalton averages only 5 a game.
Yeah, he's been a spark plug tonight.
Yes. Now Greenfield Central, Spartans the defenders.
He started off the season against Union County, Fran, with 13.
There's
if I
number
remember
3
right.
firing.
That guy's crazy.
There's that guy, O'Connor, their leading point maker, hitting another 3. He is at 16 points. That's his average.
And he finally got there. Didn't think he'd get there, but he's hitting some lights out shots.
Yes, he has. Spartans are going to have to change their defense on him, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they have been in his face. He's just making them. I mean, that's,
yes.
That's just all there is to it. I mean, I'd rather the guy shoot like that instead of getting inside, but when they've gotten inside, they've missed.
Spartan ball being pressed, leading by 10. Silcott called for steps. A turnover by the Spartans.
Not good.
2:21 on the clock. And now Greenfield Central can cut this lead to 8, possibly 7.
Yeah. With number 3, the way he's shooting.
That's right. They try to keep the ball away from him. And he's got it right now. Garrison guarding him here. He fires long. Ooh, this one almost went in, but not quite. Rebounding Connersville. A couple of players on the field, on the floor. Play at the other end of the court. Ball knocked away by a Greenfield boy. Connersville basketball. That was Reveille of Connersville and Long of Greenfield Central. They got tangled up under the basket and were on the floor while the other 8 players went down and played.
Yeah, that was, I was worried about Braxton there for a little bit. He was slow to get up, and his mom's watching on YouTube.com right now, and she's probably worried, but he's a tough guy. And
coming out of the ball game, Connersville ball at their end of the court. A minute and 57 to be played.
That's just not
good. A long
good.
pass into Silcott. Like he was bumped, but he was able to keep control of the ball. Drives down. Spartans need to
slow down and relax.
Off the clock, right.
Yeah.
Don't hurry anything. Belts back in the game. Here's Silcott driving down, laying up.
Yes.
Oh, nice. His patented layup, Ron. We've seen that so often from Garrett Silcott. Drives down, puts it up and in. He's at 15 points.
That guy's unbelievable.
Number 3 again. Timeout taken by Greenfield Central. It is 44 Connersville, 35 Greenfield Central, with 1 minute and 30 seconds remaining on the clock.
Yeah, that's his 4th three-pointer here in this half, Brandon. I believe it may be the 4th in this quarter, but we got to keep a hand on that guy, and we are. That was a pretty open shot. Again, they're going to get it to him. There's no doubt, no question who they're going to go to.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what the plan is here in the timeout.
Yeah, press pressed the Spartans. They've, you know, again, we've been able to really beat their press, but I think they're going to amp it up a little bit more now that they're within 10.
And the winner of our other matchup.
Minute 30 on the clock. Timeout's over. 44-35. Connersville in the lead.
Jay O'Connor's making up for those 3 shots that they missed inside. He's making them up very
That's
quickly.
right.
Yeah.
From three-point land, unfortunately.
Yeah. Again, they're called high percentage shot for a reason. It's or a low percentage shot for a reason. It's, you know, 3-point, you're farther away, and you're going to miss it more times than you make it. But this guy's making it more times than he misses it.
Dalton Lee is in the lineup for Connersville. Garrett Silcott, Braxton Reveille, Clay Garrison. Up court, Connersville trying to eat some time off the clock. Greenfield with a really strong pressing defense. There's a foul going to be called on Greenfield's Long, and Dalton Lee will be at the free throw line.
Got to make these.
He's awarded 2 free throws.
Very, very important free throws right here for Dalton.
Up and good.
He has 5 points from the line this half.
Clock is stopped at 1 minute and 17 seconds. Dalton Lee stretches the Spartans' lead to 11. 15 points for Dalton Lee tonight.
Yeah, 6 from the line.
Sensational scoring game. There is
that's unbelievable.
There is number 3 taking the ball and hitting from 3-point land. And Connersville now
just not playing good.
They're not playing very good. And he hits another one. 50 seconds on the clock. Spartans will inbound. Greenfield Central pressing, and a foul called, as they will foul now the Spartans every time they get the ball to hopefully Connersville miss the free throws and they get the ball.
That's what they're hoping for, and get to number 3. He's Reggie Miller in it right now. I mean, this guy is just shooting from, I mean, he's got guys in his face and he's making them, and he's just not barely making them. He's hitting them nothing but the bottom of the net.
Garrett Silcott at the line. The Spartans have a 6-point lead.
And he's got 18 points this quarter from threes. Oh, Garrett.
Shot is missed by Garrett. He'll get a second free throw.
Yeah, you got to make this, because now you put it to at least a 3-possession game.
Yes. 45.6 on the clock. Shot is up. This one is good by Silcott. 47, 41, 16 for Garrett. And here comes Greenfield Central.
Yeah, keep somebody on 3.
Where is number 3? He doesn't have the ball. There's a shot attempted by Greenfield. Missed. Foul called on Greenfield Central on the rebound, I believe.
I tell you what, it's been a joy to watch O'Connor shoot his threes. I mean, we really have had him contain that first half. He only sunk 1 3.
Yeah, he has really put on a show here in the final minutes of this ball game. It's unreal.
Yeah, he's got 18 points. I think he's outscored us this half.
Has he really?
He may have. We're close to it.
Noah Belt at the line hits the free throw for Connersville, putting him up.
Into the lineup now for the Cougars.
There is
31, Austin Lester.
30.4 seconds remaining.
We're beating him by 3. We've scored 21. He scored 18 on his own.
Second one by Belt is good. 49-41, Connersville. Noah has 13 points in this game, above his average. Here come the Cougars. There's number 3. Oh, missing one. He was too close that time, Ron.
On that one. And I don't know who.
There's a player on the floor and a foul called. I believe it's going to be called on Greenfield.
Unless we got the timeout, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm not sure either. That's right there.
Yeah, we got the timeout, yeah.
The Spartans streaked up the floor, and I thought, well, they're going to
Yeah, we got the timeout on that.
Right. So
yeah.
That stops the clock at 17.4 seconds. Connersville by 8 points.
Very nice play right there. They call timeout. Keep the ball. Again, looking back at this ball game, so we got 17.4 to go, and they got O'Connor on the floor, and we've seen him lights out. So we're going to really wait to celebrate until it's triple zeros on the scoreboard. But I tell you, this game has been really fun to watch. O'Connor has put on a show. Our defense, our hustle has been very, very good.
Right.
You know, again, we got 3 guys in double figures. You like that when that happens. And one of the guys we don't normally see in double figures, and that's Dalton Lee. So, you know, very nice scoring from those 3, Noah and Garrett.
Timeout's over. Here come the players. The ball will be Connersville basketball. There's Jonah Graham being next to that 6'8" fella, and ball put in play by the Spartans. Streaking down is Braxton Reveley going in for a layup. It's missed. There is a foul called on the play. Here's Reveley at the line. Braxton wearing number 14, a 72% free throw shooter.
That's off.
This is too hard.
Combs gets his first
Tyler
play
Combs
tonight.
comes in. Garrett Silcott goes out for the Spartans. Fans show their appreciation. Connersville's large part of their fans are behind the bench. Second shot by Connersville's free throw shooter is good, and it is now Greenfield Central moving it across the timeline. Down to 10 seconds in this ball game. Here's 31 going in for a shot missing, and it is Belt with the ball, and the time will run out, and this ball game will end with a 9-point victory for Connersville. They had a comfortable lead at most of the stops run, but this quarter was a little concerning for Connersville.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, O'Connor just put on. I mean, we did everything we could to stop the guy. I mean, we had many times guys in his face. He just made some outstanding shots.
Yes.
So you can't stop that.
Final score here in tonight's sectional game: Connersville 51. And Greenfield Central 41. So Greenfield Central ends the season with 7 wins and 16 losses, and the Spartans win their 21st ball game. They're now 21-4. Ron, you have some scoring?
Yeah, we'll do some quick scoring for the Greenfield Central Cougars, led by William O'Connor's 25 points. Jacob Cochran has 2. Brandon Mundane chipped in 3. Logan Grady 3, and Brian Long 6 for the Greenfield Central. For the Connersville Spartans, they were led by Garrett Silcott, 16 points. Braxton Beverly had 1. Dalton Lee had 15. Noah Belt had 13. And Wes Smith had 3 for the Connersville Spartans, 50 points.
By quarters, 17-9 at the first break. Spartans 27-16 at halftime. They led 34-19 at the end of 3. And again, a 51-41 score at the end of this ball game. The win means the Spartans will advance to the semifinals Friday night at 6 o'clock. They'll be taking on the Mount Vernon team. So we hope you join us then, and we're happy to have our folks watching us tonight.
On YouTube. I love it. Local TV3.
From Tiernan Center in Richmond, Connersville wins the sectional ball game. And this is Frank Schommel, along with Ron Wiley, thanking you as always for watching Spartan Sports on TV3.